There we go.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So we're back home. Obviously, it's 25 after 8 Monday morning.
Early.
Early because we both have other.
Dental appointments.
If we didn't have dental appointments, we'd probably still be sleeping right now.
Get the pearly whites all pearlied up again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When we
Mm-hmm.
last left you, we were recapping Friday and previewing Saturday.
Drink like this. Drink like this with my awesome casket robbery cup. We gotta rep our peeps.
Mm-hmm.
Our scrawny peeps.
Who we'll be seeing in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Anyway. So where are we? Saturday.
We left when we last saw you.
Yeah, so Saturday morning we got up and did the recap of the night before, which went on a little bit longer than we thought.
Kinda happens.
And then a little bit later, and then we were talking to Art and Sheena a little bit, I think. Yeah, and recapping their day and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, because we were looking at the schedule and it's like, I think the first band we were both really interested, I think was like 4 o'clock or something.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that we really were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything that we were super, interested in. I think the side stage is where we first needed to go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so this doesn't really tell you where, because, is this the first bands or those are, which way does it go? I don't remember. I think this is the first and it goes up, right?
Oh, I can't read that. I think so, yeah.
So Leaving Hope,
Yeah.
of course, we wanted to see.
Yeah, Leaving Hope.
That's on there.
For sure. We wanted to see a little bit of Motor City Head. I wanted to see a little bit of Who's Who. Because I'm just like, it's the first, classic rock tribute band that they've had. At least in the years we've been going. So I found that interesting. I just wanted to see it.
And then I did want to catch up some Blue Felix, which we ended up completely missing.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
So.
But not for the reasons like last year. Yeah. So anyway, so it was kind of a late start.
It was a
in the morning.
chill morning. So.
And then I was like, well, since we're not in a huge rush, do we want to go try to find Camp Castor? And she was like, oh yeah, we could do that. And so we kind of get our bearings and kind of wander over to a part of the campground we had never been to before. With again just more awesome trailers and setups.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people that camp there, like camp there, go freaking all out. It's kind of insane.
They're like fun names and games and just it's really fun.
It is a community. It really is a community. And I noticed that when we were packing up on Sunday morning, and the people across from us were tearing down and kind of hugging and it's good to see you next year, blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean it really is. They say what is it? Come as strangers, leave as family, and that's absolutely true.
You will make at least a few friends.
Yeah.
Probably a good chunk of friends. You'll see a bunch of people who are already your friends. And there it is it's just an awesome music family. Very. I don't know. The dickheadery was really mellowed down this year. I don't remember seeing too much jerky people. I mean, there was a couple that sounded maybe like they might get slightly rowdy, but it didn't end up being so we had fights last year and stuff, and it was we
had
a lot of people trying to get in our area.
We did have a lot of people trying to get in our area. I did have one younger guy ask, is this general admission or is this VIP? And I'm thinking, well, technically it's neither, but it's reserved.
Yeah.
And I don't think he understood, and I saw him and his buddy came and sat down for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still empty, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and then they eventually left after about 10 minutes or so. But I mean, other than that, not we didn't have to wrangle anybody out of our section, or I mean, as we were talking in past years, it's like there's a crap load of alcohol there. There's a crap load of drinking there, but you never see like stupid drunk. You never see like stumbling, like throwing up in the corner, like
Not
like
really.
stupid drunk. You see some stumbling. You can tell some people are a little, worse for wear, but you never see like.
Yeah, I did have to.
It's never really a problem, is what I'm saying.
Not usually,
Not
yeah.
usually,
I mean,
yeah.
the rare occasion, but yeah, I did have. There was whatever morning it was. I think Saturday morning. I had to advert, like I was a few feet away already, and thank goodness that I did not walk in a huge pile of spew. I was like, oh yeah, someone didn't have fun there.
Or had too much fun.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Okay, we got to keep ourselves wrangled today because we got to get our pearly whites cleaned.
Yeah, because we're actually kind of on a schedule.
Yes, we're actually on a schedule today. So
so we wandered over to Camp
found
Castor.
Castor Valor and
Camp Castor.
our guys and gals.
They had just gotten out of the pool, so they were all like drying off and changing.
No, I think they were just all waking up.
No,
oh, no, they were all getting in the pool.
Caitlin said
That's right.
They had just gotten done swimming.
You are correct. Yes.
Well, some of them had gotten done swimming.
Well, Stacy, I think, was still
passed out in the truck.
Yeah.
Melody was doing her makeup in the tent.
In her artist studio
with a palette of makeup.
She's
like
just gorgeous.
That,
they're all gorgeous. But yeah, she does like her makeup pretty. So I don't have patience for that. I'm like, there, I got makeup on.
I got some color. That's what you get. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wandered over and saw Alex and talked to Alex and Caitlin for a little bit, and Stephen eventually emerged looking a little rough.
Yeah, not too bad.
A little rough. And then they told us about the night before how they kind of went hard, and so on the campgrounds they have a quiet time between 2:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. And so they were partying as they do. If you know Castor Valor, you know how they do. And they were partying, and somebody came over and told them to turn it down. And Alex was kind of like, oh, yeah, turn it down. And then, I mean, we'll just state by this time it's like 3 a.m. So they're like half hour past quiet time. Yeah. And then another dude comes over, and Alex is telling the story like, yeah, I thought it was just a guy who, wanted to come over and party and whatever. And he said, got to turn it down. And Alex was like, yeah, security was just here and we turned it down. He's like, no, you need to turn it off. And he's like, oh, okay. I don't know if he asked, who are you or something. Or, are you a security? And he's like, yeah, I'm a security. Actually, I'm head of security. Yeah. So you guys need to cut it like right now. Yeah. So, yeah.
They got shut down.
So they got shut down, which is an honor in their world. Yeah. I mean,
that's fun.
In the rock world, if the cops shut you down, that's a good thing. Yeah. So they were.
There we go.
They were.
Oh yeah. Practice. Okay. So the Trident. So I love you. Oh no, hang loose.
Hang loose.
And two lazies by the side. So hang loose. These 2 are lazies, and then your middle finger. So we got. Yeah. So Trident. So party on.
Trident.
Yay! With the black leather middle finger in the middle of it all. Yay! Yeah. All right. So I should make like a little black leather coat for my middle finger, and then when I do the Trident, then it'll be like, yeah.
I love that.
So anyway, they had an awesome night. We went and saw them.
They had a great awesome night. It sounded like. And yeah, so they were just kind of waking up and doing whatever and
getting ready, looking gorgeous as usual.
As they do.
And then of course they're like, well, here we have these boot shot glasses. Who wants to try a shot of something?
Who wants a shot of something? And because we were talking about
alcohol,
how they kind of ruined warm tequila shots for me.
Just this poor man.
Yeah. But they're like, oh, we have the Boom Boo rum, which is delicious, by the way. Oh my
gosh, it is heavenly.
So outside of some water, that was pretty much the first thing we consumed in the morning.
Well, I had coffee, but...
Well, outside of other liquids. Yeah. So the first thing we consumed pretty much was a shot of rum.
Alcohols! Then they had their juice. A little while later, Caitlin was organizing. She's like, oh, who wants juice?
Which was a mixed... I don't know, it was a Cuervo...
It was a pre-mixed...
One of the pre-mixed...
blood orange margaritas.
which they do half of, and then add half tequila just to
to make it actually have alcohol in it.
Yeah, because she was like, this one's only 9% or something.
Yeah, it's like 9 or 13. Yeah,
and I'm like, that sounds perfect to me.
And it did. It tasted like juice. It didn't taste like a little slight alcohol, but not bad.
On the back end, but it was pretty yummy. I could probably do a few of those.
So they helped us wake up properly for breakfast.
Yes, they got us.
Thank you guys.
Got us in the mode.
We love you. Yeah, and then so they got ready, and they're like, water walk in with us. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because the first band they wanted to see was Liliac, who were playing at 2:30, I believe.
Yeah, and they were up at the main stage.
And they were on the main stage.
Yep.
And I'm like, I mean, I know the name.
I've heard the name around.
Yeah.
I might have heard a song or two on the radio, but I know I've heard the name floating around for a while now.
For a while, yeah. So it wasn't really familiar, but,
Oh, and before we got to the seats, they did. So we kind of walked in, but I got short ass legs, so I was. I'm always behind, but it's fine because I'm like, I know where I need to be. I know where I can find people. I don't worry about it. So short girl problems. But anyways, by the time we caught up with them, they were at that first coffee stand. And there's like 2 or 3 places to serve coffee, but this one was like Tom's Road Truck Coffee or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And so they had gotten iced coffees or frappes, and I'm like, you know what, life is short. Even though I just had a cup of coffee and back there, I'm gonna have more. So it was pretty good coffee. It was a little miscommunication between the lady working there. I don't understand how exactly what on the picture at Espresso is not no comprendo for the lady, but anyways, it was good coffee what I ended up getting, and got me through. And so the casters do know also the coffee is important.
Yes.
So I love them because they also are coffee people.
They
we will give you no more Death Wish infused vodka shots.
No,
we promise.
that was a mistake. We're still sorry.
We're sorry. We're glad you're still our friends.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you a good birthday, man.
And of course, they did foreshadowing. They did invite us to come party that night with them to go hard, and we're old and exhausted.
At the time, we were like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
And I was going.
Well, even when we talked to the guy at Shady Pines.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shady
I don't know.
Pines.
That was somewhere along the line.
They wanted us to come party there last.
Because we were talking to them about. Because they're the ones that had the fountain.
The vodka fountain.
And the sponsored vodka. And dude's like, I know a guy that works at the distillery. And I'm like, I figured as much.
Yeah, his name was Eric, and then
the guy's name was Eric, and the wife was
Dawn, I believe. Yes. Yes.
And we're like, anytime you want to come back, and I was like, absolutely. And casters were like, we'll be back. And we were in bed by 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and I think I was starting to get a migraine at the end of Jelly Roll because I started like the flashing lights and stuff, and I was just kind of like, because remember I was going like because
I did. I know. She doesn't handle like flashing lights and strobe effects. Too much of that.
I'm surprised it took that long to the end to Saturday for it to like.
Yeah, because there were a lot of bands that were doing that.
To get the strobies to get me, but I was starting to feel a little like shitty, so I was like, let's just kind of get back, and if I'm like, good, let's go, then we can go. But I was like, no, man, no. Yeah. Surprisingly, my fibro, I think being outside and in the sun, because the baking of my body helps my fibro chill. So
so that's good.
Fibro was good. But anyways, oh boy, and I'm rambling again. I just we need to stay on top. Oh, and then we're off. So anyways,
so Liliac.
Yes.
We caught, I mean, I don't know how late we came in their set. It was at least a couple songs maybe.
Yeah.
And about half of it, maybe 3/4 was covers.
Yeah.
They had a couple originals in there.
They did do a few
which
covers.
were pretty good.
So.
I mean, I kind of dug their originals. It was a good vibe, yeah. But these guys are young. As I was commenting, I think the bass player looked about 12. I'm sure he's older than that, but I mean, these were kids. These were literally kids.
And as you were talking to Art that morning, anyways, because they were I think I heard you guys talking. I was half asleep, but they started out young. Like they've been around for a while, but they were so young when they started.
Yeah, well, that's what the casters are saying too. It's these guys have been doing this for however long, and they started when they were literally like 10 or 11 or whatever. So
and they all do look young, and it was funny because my brain, just with her hair and the way she looked and stuff, and the way they kind of all look so young. I'm like, is this like a Disney?
It did have
a Disney show, or
it has that Disney,
like kind of like pop,
like
Disney
Kids
vibe.
Incorporated kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but no, very talented. It was they were, I was interested, and the drummer. I'll let you talk about that because the drummer she's the one that was smiling the whole set.
The entire set.
Yeah, like just having it, just grinning and.
But then I said, if I was a band that relatively young and even opening, well, not opening because we got there late, but even mid-afternoon set on the main stage at Rockfest, I'd be smiling my ass off too. So
yeah, they all looked like they were just having a great time.
Oh, they were having a good old time up there. Yeah.
And then they kind of first couple of songs we heard or whatever kind of reminded me of that AWOL Nation, like that synthy, like that metallic, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. And then I don't know what I was doing, but I was not paying attention enough apparently, because all of a sudden he's like, we have a guitar, and I'm like, woo!
Yep.
So
yeah, because it was a 5-piece band.
I think so.
So drums, guitar, bass, keyboard, and then the singer. Yeah, because she wasn't playing guitar.
No.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So just guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, lead vocal.
Yeah.
But yeah, he busted out the guitar for the last 3 songs.
Yep.
So, which is cool.
So that was
and they were all dressed. I commented on this too because first thing I noticed was if you know they were all wearing drip pants, which is something I was familiar with because our collective, not our collective, but the other collective children, went through a period where that was really, really hot, probably late 90s, early 2000s. So we'd go to the Hot Topic there and get the trip pants, and I was like, oh god, I haven't seen those in 20 years, and it was almost like they were sponsored, they were all wearing them. And it was just weird. It was like stepping back to 2003 or something. Visually. Not necessarily musically, because it was pretty... It wasn't a throwback... I mean, it kind of was a throwback sound, but not really. It was just good hard rock.
Yeah, it was good. And then I got the guitar. At some point it must have struck me that there was really great guitar in there, guitar player.
Yeah, the guitar player was pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
And then she did start doing some really vigorous stand twirls and stuff over her head and around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like all over the place, and I'm like, oh gosh, if Tank sees that, he's gonna take out the whole place. He'll be like, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and we don't play on stages. Well, I don't play on any stage. They don't play on stages that
are quite that
enough.
big. Yeah, I mean the biggest we do is probably Route 47, which if Cavs and Matt were far enough to the side, he could probably get away with it.
Yeah, you might still get attacked and your fort kick ass, but
probably.
Yeah. So that was Liliac. So they were good.
They were good. Yeah, I would recommend checking them out. Dabbling a bit.
All right. So the next, we did get over to Motor City Head. And
well, later we determined that we think that's just a loud stage. Whoever is running the sound there just mixes it really, really loud.
The tribute stage.
The tribute stage, which is the one basically right next to our seats.
To the left of the main stage. Yeah.
But for Motor City Head, the theory of everything louder than everything else really came into play. God damn it, they were fucking loud.
They were loud.
They were insanely loud.
Yeah.
They were good. The whoever's doing the Lemmy, fucking spot on. The voice, the look, everything.
I'm pretty sure he had little prosthetic moles on his face. Yeah, that was cool. I heard a couple of people mention those actually. So, yeah, they were really.
Yeah, they were good. They were
really freaking good.
Really intense.
Yep.
And what was it, Melody's uncle or something? Was a guitar player or cousin or something?
Cousin was the guitar player.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I believe it was a cousin.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so she got a drumstick, of course, signed by the drummer, and
who we talked to for a little bit, and he seemed really cool.
And they all seemed really good. They're all freaking talented. They did end up having 2 guests come up. They had, was it Black Dio or something.
Black Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the singer for that, which I did not catch her name all the way. She came up and she sang a song.
She sang.
I'm like, I don't remember.
Well, they did Mob Rules. Mm-hmm. I think they did. Oh God, what the hell is the name of that song?
It was like something about rock and roll or something.
I'll think of it. It's one Sponge used to do.
And then there was the other guest, which I thought I was going to remember who it was.
I don't. It was somebody fundamental for the band.
Yes.
The other guitar player guy.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
I
There
don't
was
know
another
exactly
guitar
what the story
player
is.
that came up and did, like, and I was going to remember it, but of course, because it's not in my notes, I don't remember. But yeah, there was a guest guitarist that came up that, was basically the reason they were up there.
Yeah, somehow
so.
fundamental to the formation
Yes.
of the band. But
So-
when that second guitar player got up, then it got really loud.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even hear the drums at that point.
Yeah.
It was so loud.
It was, they did, that was really fun.
Oh, and then the other thing, at one point, because so each year we've been there, we've seen a Lemmy. And I'm like, oh, is that the Lemmy, the same? And it wasn't the same Lemmy.
No.
So at one point there were two Lemmys.
Extra Lemmys.
Extra
yes.
Lemmys. And he got up and he sang on Born to Raise Hell.
Yeah.
Which was just
And
fun.
that was really fun, yeah. So, and they congratulated each other on being a Lemmy, and it was like, yeah.
And they were taking pictures later. And
it was really good. It was a very fun, very loud, but very fun set. Absolutely. Gotta see.
Yeah, and they're from Detroit.
Detroit, that is
Which is
right.
weird because I thought they were like cities based. I thought they were Twin Cities based.
Unless they were saying they were from
Troy-
Detroit to be in no, that wouldn't make it right.
No, because then
That's
they'd be
not right.
from England. 'cause
Yeah, that's
Murray's
right.
From England.
I know, I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't.
So Troy
Copy.
Banta, who's a drummer that we know, who's in 32 Headshots and the Black Label tribute.
Oh,
and
Beyond Forever.
Yeah, Beyond Forever.
Okay.
And I think he's in at least one other band. I've heard that he's kind of a co-drummer with them.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
okay.
wondering if they're from Detroit, how he got involved. But anyway.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
drummers.
Yeah, maybe just when they come
People
through
are
town.
after you.
Yeah, maybe if they come through town and, the other drummer can't
Like,
do
oh,
it.
you're a drummer? Well, yoink. Yeah. And then at some point in time, free ball, and where did that come into? Oh, because one of our friends was having a wardrobe issue, and
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, that's right.
their lady had to tuck the balls back in, and
A
so
little.
which sometimes we gotta do stuff. It's fine, but ain't the first time we've had your balls in our hand. Anyways, so we, instead of free falling, we're gonna be like free balling, and then
Yeah, so one of our friends who does, who's good at the lyrical, needs to write a song called Free Ballin'.
yes,
Yeah.
so yes, we're gonna call him. We're gonna let him know. We're not gonna call him. Oh God, we're not monsters like that. We're not gonna call someone. So anyway, so the next was Ignescent, something like that. They were down on the Boneyard,
On
weren't
the
they?
Boneyard, yep,
Yes.
yep. And we stayed for. They finished the one song,
Yeah.
which again, it sounded okay. It sounded
I mean,
kind
they
of
were good.
modern metalish,
But it was very sharp. The singer was sharp, and just how they had
Yeah.
sound was just piercing.
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. It was a lot of like the higher end.
And I'm all about that bass, not that treble.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So, it was okay. Not really our thing.
Yeah,
Kind of poppy. Not really.
yeah, kind of poppy. And then
They did seem to have a decent amount of fans, though.
they did have a crowd, which is kind of nice. Yeah, going into the thing I said about a couple days ago, which in this video is probably a half hour ago, about the whole mental health thing and all that. She introduced the next song saying, I suffer from anxiety and I suffer from depression. I was just like, oh God.
And I'm just like, it's okay.
But again, it wasn't.
Not preachy though.
It wasn't preachy, but it was like if you're gonna say that and then do like a really heart wrenching like song about it. But this is like some, she had a backing track. It was just her singing, and it was kind of,
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of.
yeah. Because then right after that we saw Leaving Hope.
Yes.
And they had pretty much the same message.
Yeah.
But it was presented in a much more.
They presented,
way,
yes,
yeah.
a much more captivating, energetic,
Absolutely, yeah.
way. So so next was Leaving Hope, up on the Loud and
The
Local,
Loud and Local, which
stage.
is just down
Yeah.
the way from Boneyard.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is my third time seeing them. Your second time
Yes.
seeing them. Yeah, they're just good. Go check them out. They're definitely worth your time and your energy and your money. Let's face it.
And they're our friend Lou Foltz's favorite band. He got us all into that.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah. Well, at least because he was like, "Hey, you got to see them," and so yeah. I was gonna get a shout out with the singer with D. For Lou, but I was gonna be like, Sophie, hi Lou, but I didn't get to it, but then, well, actually, we'll finish first our, so I was just like, oh, that's just what I needed, especially after being at that other stage with the mental health, and then I'm gonna sing you this song, and so that's just what I needed, and then I got goosebumps. The guitar harmonies, like how they play, and just that sound that just gives me the goosebumps.
Yeah, another just overly talented band of individuals. They're just great.
It's just everybody. They're all so great at what they do, and then and just of course just the their message, their feeling, their stage presence, how they interact with the audience, there's fans. He knows a fancy terms for it all, but that's just but yeah, I just it is. It's just like an arrow right in your heart. They just they get you. They get you.
Exactly.
They're so good, so good.
They are really good. They are really, really, really good.
I'm talking over you.
No,
I'm taking over your. Taking over it.
I had 2 years of doing this by myself, so
I gotta make up for 2 years. I'm talking to make up for the 2 years.
Exactly.
I gotta talk faster. So I had kind of been watching, and I did take a video, so hopefully you can get that up. But I was like, oh, I feel like I need to video this song. I don't know why. I didn't even know what song it was gonna be. I was just like, I need right now, and so they did have their own. They had their own lady kind of doing the thing too, but or a fan maybe, I don't know. But anyways,
I think I'm trying to remember because we hadn't seen them there. Never mind. Or maybe because I remember her from either last year or a couple years ago at that stage.
Oh, okay.
Doing stuff. So maybe she's.
Maybe she's kind of like us, or maybe she's a Rockfest person, or
yeah.
It could be. So then, as in the middle of watching everything else, I kept going drifting over to our left, or stage right, whatever you want to call it, and I kept going that guy looks familiar. Gosh, he looks familiar. And I'm like, is that the guy from Menace? And he's like, I don't know. And
I can identify Spit. I can identify Adam.
Yeah.
And Jason. Those are the only three I can identify from Menace.
And I'm like, Chaz. I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know. And then I'm like, and I'm looking at because he had his different guitars, and he's kind of got some of the green going on, and it's just the guitar playing, and I'm just like. I really think I'm just like, okay. So, anyways, then
she turned and said, "I'm 90% sure that's the dude." Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay. So I'm like, afterwards, I was waiting because I was going to get like I said, I wanted to get a shout out to Lou, and then but the D went somewhere. I don't know where he went. He was gone. Wherever. So but then Ryan's like, there's your guy, and I'm like, oh no, and then he's like.
I said, there's a guy, and he was talking to a couple people, and then you were kind of humming it on, and I looked up, and I'm like, well, he's free now. So, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, what the hell, for sure. I'm like, okay, I'm going to probably not, I probably don't have the right name, but are you are you in Menace? And then he's like, yeah.
He was
I'm
like,
in
oh yeah,
Tuck,
I was in Menace, and
Yeah.
I just left, 2 or 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, and he's been, yeah.
Been doing whatever, and he's been with these guys for, what did he say, like 6 months or something. And we were like, oh, so you were at the Mental Health for Mental Health show?
Yes.
And he was like, yep. And we are like, cool.
Yeah. So that was fun. So chatted
Yeah.
him up a little bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and he is an excellent guitar player.
He is quite a good guitar player.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like if you're thinking about him for your band, or he's thinking about your band, or whatever, you need someone, you don't even try him out. Just take him. He's great.
Yeah.
So there's my shout out, because he's just awesome, and like I just one of those guitarists that just captivates me. So that's why I'm like, I'm pretty dang sure that's him, because I remember that. I remember that guitar playing. So, okay, so that was them, and that was wonderful, and just what we needed. One more time, I'm going to say that. We needed that.
Yes.
So,
Yes, for sure.
and we told all sorts of people, like, they were like, Leaving Hope, and I'm like, no, you need to
gotta
see them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we told the Casters. We definitely told
Art and Sheena.
Art and Sheena.
Yeah, like
we told
anybody.
Other people, I don't remember.
I think, we ended up, like, seatmates. I think we told our seatmates.
I believe
seat
so, yeah,
neighbors
yeah.
that. And, we talked them up. Okay, then next was Fever 333.
Fever 333, who we missed. Mm-hmm.
We heard a little bit. But
We heard a little bit as we were leaving, because I think we were heading back to camp at that point. We actually grilled.
yes, we did. Yep.
Took advantage of the grills, made some pork chops and can of beans, and it was delicious and good to have, like, not that the food you get there is not real food, but it's
Like actually a sit-down meal,
sit-down, like,
have a
something you
beer,
make
eat your
and,
pork chop, and you made it. And it didn't take that long. It's always felt like,
again, the chops were
they were
very
thin chops.
which was good.
Which was great.
They cooked really quick.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't dry out. It was
I
it
didn't want
was
to dry
good.
them out, but I
Yeah.
wanted to get them done too at the same time on the bones, because I hate it when you're eating something and you get to the bone and it's bloody.
And you get all that.
Yeah, it's like ish, especially pork, because I'm
Yeah,
still
pork you got to be a little.
being in the
paranoid
medical
about.
profession. Pork is one of those things I'm gonna cook. I'm not eating any rare pork.
And you shouldn't. Rare pork, rare chicken are not a thing. They're not a thing, people. If
They
someone-
claim nowadays you're able to eat
Uh,
like undercooked pork.
I still wouldn't.
You guys can. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you 19-year-olds
Yeah.
do what you will.
Or
but
fancy chefs, whoever they are.
anybody over the age of like 35 is like, nope.
Yeah, I don't want no trichinosis.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, so we missed.
we heard them.
We heard a little bit of Fever 333.
Yeah.
Then did we go back again because we missed those guys
True
too?
Live Crew.
We
Yeah,
missed
I
True Live
think we
Crew
were
and
grilling.
Blue Felix.
We did,
Is that
because
when
we were grilling.
Okay.
So that's
So
when
did we grill? We must have grilled. Let's see.
we came back.
6:20.
Mice and Men were just starting.
So we were gone for like 2 hours.
It doesn't seem like that. Oh, we left at the end of their set.
Was it the
Near
end of the
the
set?
near the.
Oh
I'd say
yeah,
it was
yeah,
near the end
because
of.
they overlapped with Leaving Hope. a little bit.
Because we watched Leaving Hope, and they didn't start until like, well, we didn't leave there until like 7:30ish or something, and then, no, it must have been
Like
6:30.
6:30. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 6:30ish or so. We left Leaving Hope, and then, we kind of wandered up. I think, got more water. Then we did. Then we went. Because Austin Mead, we didn't see at all. Struggle Jennings, we didn't see at all. Well, we were in Leaving Hope we were somewhere else.
That might have been Motor City Head too.
Oh, Motor City had, and then Ignescent, and then Leaving Hope.
And then Leaving Hope.
Yeah.
So we missed a couple.
Yeah, so it was maybe about an hour and a half that we were gone. But
Yeah.
But so we just needed to
and
chill
again,
and get changed for the cold.
and get changed for the cold. Yeah, this was our year of just like
we're not going to try to catch every band because you can't.
enjoying the moment more than the experience, more than the entertainment.
We're just going to do what we want to do.
Yeah, it's our vacation,
Yeah.
damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not paying us for it. If you really want to pay us lots and lots of money, maybe we'll try. But so
anyway, back to Fever 333.
Yeah.
So I was talking to our tent neighbor the next morning as they were packing up, And he was like, and I was like, any musical highlights for yesterday? He's like, yeah, I caught a little bit of the Motor City had, and I'm like, yeah, so did we. They were fucking loud. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, that Fever 333, they were pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, we missed them. And it was like, yeah, they were, a little rappy, but that's okay. But at one point, the lead singer, I think he said the crazy lead singer. So they're on main stage. He ran all the way, jumped off stage, ran all the way up through the audience, which we've seen before.
Yes.
Last year or 2 years ago with Papa Roach. But instead of climbing like in the bleachers and under the seats like Jacoby did, this guy apparently got to the tent where all the boards and stuff are, climbed up it to the roof and was like hanging off either like one of the poles or like the flagpole on top, leaning over as it's singing the last verse of the song. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of impressive. That's a new level of like insane.
Yeah.
I mean, especially there where nothing seems really permanent, and it's
yeah,
like, that's not like a building. That's a tent that you're leaning on. Okay,
you've got confidence in them
you've
builders.
got great confidence, or you're way fucked up. One of the two,
or brave,
or both.
Maybe he does parkour in his free time.
Parkour.
Yeah. But, that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah, that would have been fun to see at least. So. Yeah, we'll check them out and see what they're about. So.
Yeah, all right. Absolutely. Okay, so the next was Chevelle.
Yeah, because we got back just in time for Chevelle.
Yes,
After a nice little break. So we missed Blue Felix we wanted to see. We missed Two Live Crew, who it turns out only had one guy.
So it was a one live crew.
It was a one live crew because there was like delayed flights or something.
Yeah, because there was apparently a bunch of flights and stuff got canceled while we were there.
A ton of stuff.
Like, tons of things, yeah. Crazy business.
So if you were traveling over the weekend, sorry.
You should have been in a field in Wisconsin with us.
Yes, you should have just driven to Rockfest, driven to Cadott, and just, hung out with us in the casters and the pools and the, and the shot fountains and everything else. So we got back for Chevelle, who, again, familiar. Like, I know the name. They've been around for probably, 30 years at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I know one song. And you were like, The Red? And I'm like, yep, The Red. Because Smudge used to do it. And it turns out I recognized one other song.
Yeah, now I always forget the name of that song, too, and I don't know why I can't remember it.
Because it turned out I was thinking, I must know more Chevelle than that. Like, that's the only one that I consciously know. But, there were at least one, maybe two more that I'm like, okay, I kind of recognize this. It's kind of like Shinedown in a way.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of know it. Even though you know you don't know it, as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, I know the song.
Yeah, and I haven't dabbled in Chevelle for a while, and I still, like, mostly remembered half to most of the songs. But, like, not like I would with Tool or, Prince or Rush, but still, but they were, and then I never did notice, back in the day, how Tool-esque they are.
There was a lot of underlying melodic characters that were very, very Tool-like. Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I don't have a problem with that because I love Tool.
But it's just kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. And the thing that impressed me is that maybe I don't know if I didn't know that they were just a trio, just guitar, bass, drums. Yeah. And as far as I could tell, they weren't using any to very few like backing tracks. So everything they created on stage was just the three of them. That was fucking impressive.
I was going to put that in my notes too. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. Yes, because I kept looking like, am I missing someone? Is there someone back there doing something that I don't see?
I mean, if there was, that's okay too. But just three guys on stage using, and even the guitar player wasn't. He was just using normal 6 strings. Like it wasn't. He didn't have an 8 string with like a chiplet of pedals, or it was just very basic setup, which was damn impressive. They were good. They were good.
Very good. Like and then I do have in there the guitar and singing, like angelic, like singing, and the guitar playing just wonderful. But they all were really great. I mean, but I just was just captivated, like, and ethereal. however you say it.
Yeah, it
like,
was that
just kind
that
of like
feeling
a
of
floating
yeah.
wonderfulness, just kind of enveloping you. Gosh dang it, dentist! Now I just got like 2 more reminders. I have my dental appointment today.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I know.
Yeah, all wrapped up in a crap load of distortion.
Yeah, but it's so good. They were wonderful.
They were surprising. Yeah, they were. Yeah. And again, we were kind of joking is how all of the bands that it's like, oh yeah, I know this name, I know this name. It's like, oh yeah, all those bands have been around 25, 30 years. And I leaned over when they started and I'm like, all these bands are so old. Ha ha ha. It's like, they're probably our age, but it's like, they all look. Yeah,
they do.
It's just like insane.
And if you try to picture them from back when you first started listening to them and then
to now, it's kind of like you've gotten old. You still look good, but
because I'll do that. When I'm really into something, I just immerse. Close my eyes and I'm just like listening. And sometimes I miss things because all of a sudden the crowd's cheering. I'm like, what I miss? But yeah, you would kind of like go like this, and you just kind of, and then you open your eyes and you're like, oh shit, that's right, they're old.
Yep.
They sound like they always sound.
Yeah, they sound the same.
Or better, even.
Or better.
But
and then you look and it's like, oh, that's a older Harry Connick Jr.
Back to reality. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, Harry Connick Jr.
That's what the singer looked like.
That's funny. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah. So
they were really
that
great.
Being said, good. And then we're just about through the night. So then we went over to tribute because I wanted to watch a little bit of who's who. And okay, not to be critical, but as a drummer, and I wasn't sure if he was new or something because he looked like he had charts on the side and he was reading charts.
Oh, I
and then some of the parts
notice.
that are like not classic parts, but like parts that should have been played or not played, he didn't quite hit. I mean, he was a good drummer, just not for a Who tribute band because he was too steady. He was too on the beat. And if you know the Who, you have Keith Moon, who, I mean, a lot of people say he just played whatever. He didn't just play madness, but he played very unconventionally. He played around the vocal lines, around the guitar lines, like he and that created that kind of rambunctious kind of Who style. That was not on display. And like I expected, they pretty much concentrated on like the early to mid 70s stuff, which was kind of, except for my generation, they played. But they did redeem themselves a little bit because at the end of Won't Get Fooled Again, I noticed the guitarist switched out guitars. And he was playing Paul Reed Smith for all you guitar people. And that's a very nice, very expensive guitar. And he switched it out to what looked like a cheap, not even a Strat, but like a Squier, like one of these you would get in a kit for like $80 with the strap and the amp and the strings and whatever. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then at the end of it, he did actually take it off and he did break it. He did destroy it.
I was like, is he really do it?
So he did. So I'm like, you can't really call yourself a Who tribute unless there's a little bit of destruction. And there was, so that redeemed it. And the singer, oh my God, unnaturally tan. He was bronze. He was bronze. And lots of fringe and spinning.
I wonder, that's got to be a fake tan. That's got to be a spray tan or even just like some paint,
Unless he lives in like Florida or something and he's just out there every day.
I think it's just for his character. But
he was happy to be there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
He was great.
he was very enthusiastic.
What a personality. Like that guy was hilarious. I'm making side jokes and
even when one of the other two was singing, I watched him backstage and he was rocking out.
Yeah,
he was singing along and he was totally Roger Daltrey.
It's okay. It's been a long weekend.
It's been a long weekend. I mean, musically they were solid. They played what I expected. But again, this is the first non-metal, non-current kind of tribute band they've had.
Yeah.
I mean, something that wasn't Pantera or Foo Fighters or Motorhead or Metallica or even Hybrid Theory or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is the first classic one. So I'm like, we gotta at least see a little bit of that and see what that's about. But they were good. They were solid.
Yeah, and then I know there was the My Generation and then like the Pinball Wizard one. Or
Yeah, they did do Pinball Wizard.
Where it was good. You could get yourself kind of like, almost thinking you're at a real concert. You know, you kind of immerse a little bit. So
Except if you're a really picky drummer and there are certain parts on Pinball Wizard that you want to hear and don't hear them.
yeah, and it's nice sometimes to be kind of oblivious like me. So
Yeah, because
ignorance
like
is
everybody up
bliss.
front was just like rocking out, and the security guy sitting there, he was rocking out.
There's
and
probably
just
like the
seeing
3
everybody.
drummers in the whole place that
Standing at the back
are
going,
standing-
that's not right. I hope you missed that. But he caught that one. Okay, yeah.
Should make a drinking game for the drummers. That every time you notice something that he missed, to get a free shot. Yeah, or fill you up with like rum on one of these guys. Like fill it up with rum and then
Yeah,
they,
so you
like,
would look back and you just watch the
and the
drummers
drummer's
and
like
they go,
on the floor.
no, and they'd just be like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just watching. Okay, that's where the drummer messed up. That's where
Yep.
the drummer messed up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we could do. I mean, we're sorry, Mr. Drummer Man.
Yeah, and
but,
it's not.
you know,
I mean,
it is a criticism,
You-
but it's not. You still.
it is, but you are a good solid drummer. I'll give you that. You're doing your job. But just for this kind of a band, I think you require a little bit more
And maybe he's
finesse.
new or something.
And maybe
you know?
he's
Yeah,
new,
like you said, if he's
or a
got-
fill-in or something.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, and more power to you, I guess. But
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no. Overall, it was good. It was
And then
good.
then that's where he realized that the stage is just a loud stage.
Yeah, because I'm like, even on like the intro to Pinball Wizard, which is just guitar, it was still like,
Yeah.
blowing your hair out.
It was really loud.
Mm-hmm.
It was so loud, actually, that after a couple songs in, I kind of wanted to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you were wanting to check them out, and it ended up being really good.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty good.
Well,
But
that I had the same thing when we were watching Motor City Head.
oh yeah,
About as soon as the other guitar got on, I'm like, oh god, this
Yeah.
is, oh
yeah. It was
ugh.
pretty hard. It
Yeah.
was pretty like almost painful
Almost painful.
to the ears, and we tend to kind of stay back into the side a little bit, so
Which is right in front of that side of the main. So
that might be why.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I always just end up because I don't like to be too close because I like to catch everybody.
don't want to be too close.
Yeah. Plus, I
Don't want to be too far back. And
Yeah.
we have a even I have a tendency to go to the side, to
Yeah.
one side or the other. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I was working on getting you a little closer though, because you're so afraid you're tall, you're going to block somebody's view. But especially at a place like that, people can move around and,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
sure.
like, okay, now we move up.
Yeah.
Okay, now we move up.
Now we move
And then everybody was kind of doing that in the crowd too. Like as people would leave, then we're
It
kind of
would-
like, especially
yeah.
leaving Hope.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were like
between
up,
the time
up,
they
up.
started to the time they finished, I think we moved up about 10 feet.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we're basically right on the stage.
which is
so.
pretty. I mean, people are pretty nice like that. Like it's good that because you know you don't want. And then what band was it that kept screaming? It's not a bleepity bleep. Get your asses up here! Oh, the Misfit Gravesig.
Oh, Gravesig,
He's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
this
phew,
isn't a
yeah.
this isn't a dance. Get your asses up here! Like, come on, like.
Yeah, we're having fun. We want you to have fun with
Yeah,
us.
get up. You will get up here. Like, yeah. You were gonna listen to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Holy Wars we didn't catch, but our seat neighbor was talking about them.
Which
yeah.
I don't know if that seemed odd to you.
Mm.
I mean, because we've talked to this is our front seat neighbors, and we talked to them a little bit like here and there. And,
Yeah.
But the fact that she just kind of turned around and said, because we were talking about who's next.
Yeah.
Or who's who. And she
Yeah.
just kind of turned on and went, "Oh, what did you guys see? Oh, we got the," and
Yeah.
like all extra friendly. I'm like, "Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool, but that's kind of weird."
I think she had a little. I don't know if she usually drinks or not, but I think she was maybe having a little something
Yeah.
or the other. Which I mean, I'm not
Well,
judging.
which is
it's
fine. I mean,
but
'cause-
she's usually not so chatty.
Yeah, usually
which
not
is
so
fine.
chatty,
I don't mind.
which is cool.
I don't mind chatting.
Yeah, we don't mind chatty at all.
we
Especially
like
there,
to talk
like
to people. So
like that seems like a natural kind of thing. Like even
Mm-hmm.
during Jelly Roll, we'll get to that in a second. The dude who was beside me,
Uh-huh.
and he was kind of like, "Oh, can I just squat here for a second?
Yeah.
I lost my chair somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll just hang out here." And I'm like, "Yeah, man,
Yeah.
no problem." And
he looked like he had like a half of the concession stands. Like he was like
yeah, he had
hot
like
dog
an
over
open can. He
here.
had like 3 cans. He had a can over here. And, yeah,
Yeah.
but he had just lost his chair somewhere, and I saw him. He went back later, and I saw him. He found his chair, so we.
Oh,
so
good,
we
good.
but-
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like
Yeah.
you just it's such a almost welcoming environment. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't help but just like start talking to people
Yeah.
because we're all there
Yeah.
for the same reason. As
Yeah.
everybody on stage reminds us every single set.
Yeah, people, and like you say, you know, you can wear what you want and be what you want and you know,
Absolutely,
like just kind of be free and like talk to people or not talk to people.
Or
if
not talk
you're,
to people,
you
either
know,
way.
however you feel. You know, it's just really nice.
It's a
like,
really...
and we're Midwestern, so like as all the bands say, we're just so nice to
overly
everybody.
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, did we talk about? Oh no, we didn't talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I was gonna. Yeah.
It's just like an overly welcoming little cocoon almost.
Mm-hmm.
Of just like, okay, we're all here for a number of days. Let's just make the best of it and all hang out and whatever. Yeah. Which we're going to try to do more of in future years, like actually going out and talking to people, and especially some of the bigger camps, like your Bent Nail and your Shady Pines. And
we heard the Bent Nail was like insane.
Our neighbor Art, don't remember which night it was, but they said something about doing a meet and greet, and I don't know meet and greet who, but over at the Bent Nail, which is one of the bigger campsites there. And he's like, yeah, we go over, and thinking it's going to be like, 30 people, and it'll be fine. Goes over there, it's like 1,000 people at this place. And they finally get in, and they hand him and Tina a shot glass and say, hold on to this. And then he said, yeah, within the first 15 minutes, I'd had like 5 shots. And I turned to Tina, and it's like, yeah, we got to go.
We got to get out of here.
We got to go now. So it's like, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's just the environment. It's just, it's the oddest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Like,
it's
all the shows I've been to, it's like that, but magnified by like 100,000. It's
so I want a good time. We all go out and party. We want to, just music, and everywhere you go, there's music. But this place playing. Art and Sheena have that in the mornings. They'll start up their
that'll be
their
a good way.
car
That's a good way to wake up.
And have Sirius or whatever it was playing good music. I mean, it's great music. It's
her,
my music.
Her way all the way.
And then I'm just like waking up,
and there's Korn, and there's Zombie, and there's whoever, and and even when all the music kind of shuts down, and you leave the campground and go into the campground, you have at least five different really loud systems, and I mean everybody has music, but some are just louder than others.
Yeah, like the bigger places have like stuff set up.
The actual like PA speakers set up, and which Castor actually had too, and they joked about putting the big speaker on top of the Hummer.
Oh,
which they may have done Saturday night.
They probably did. I'm
kind of surprised we couldn't hear it from where we were.
Yeah, I do kind of wish we would have gone over there, but
just for a little bit. But knowing our luck, we would have ended up out somewhere, and
I have I'm getting better at having a medium. A lot of times I have almost nothing, and then I have everything, and I'm getting better with the medium.
You are learning.
I am slowly learning. Yes. So I would have been at the everything if I would have showed up. And then I would have been incapacitated on Sunday. And I'm like, I really can't do hangovers anymore. And I have to drive us home.
Yeah, we have to pack up camp. We have to
and drive home.
And all that.
And as my bestie Amanda knows, she has seen me in the state of terribleness after an all-night drinking 3/4 a bottle of bourbon by myself, of just because I didn't realize what I was not drinking in shot glasses. I'm drinking a little hotel glass, and then she's just like, oh, she knows, she's good, she knows how to drink, and I'm like, she wasn't watching me, so it was bad. It was like help her with the cooler, gack. Pack that gack, do this gack, So, anywho's long. I'm tirading again here, but So I was gonna be. I probably would have been everything.
It for sure
because they're all just such wonderful people. They're so nice and welcoming and awesome and fucking rockers, and they are great conversationalists. The guys are fun and great. The girls are just wonderful and great, and just I would have been a mermaid with Melody, So.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, because I was talking to Art, and because we had actually kind of a long conversation on Sunday morning, just kind of bullshitting, which is what he said, because Gina came out and said, aren't we supposed to be helping? And he's like, well, but I'm bullshitting.
Yeah,
like,
this is Minnesota or Wisconsin.
And I was like, and you're doing a very good job, sir. We were talking about, the alcohol, because there is a crap load of alcohol there, and it is Wisconsin, so they are professionals. And it's like I said, they don't necessarily encourage drinking, but they certainly don't discourage it. Like
Right.
you don't have to. You could go the entire weekend and not have a single drop of alcohol. And they would be fine with that. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But they certainly don't discourage you from drinking.
No.
If you want to, you.
Yeah, if you even think, oh man, I wish I had a beer. Next thing you know, someone's going to give you a beer.
Or you're going to
shot,
look and there's
or a-
5 vendors there that are selling beer.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no way that like, yeah. And
So that's probably how it would be with the casters. They wouldn't necessarily encourage us to drink, but they certainly would
they offer
help us along if we wanted to.
But if you say, "Oh no, thank you," they're like,
they're more than cool with
they're
that.
not.
They
not.
would completely understand.
They're really like awesome. I do like them.
Anyway,
Okay, and then on to all I put were 2 words:
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
So this is our second time seeing Jelly Roll, correct?
Correct.
And as he stated on stage, 2 years ago, I was playing the stage at
Like 2:00.
It went between 2 and 3, but afternoon. And now 2 years later, I'm headlining the last day.
Yeah.
So
He was so happy about that.
he was that. I could feel his positivity like the whole set. I was just like, this dude's just beaming. Yeah. It was good.
He's he shoots emotions at the crowd. Like
Yes.
he is a reverse empath. I don't know how you would even say it, but like when he's happy, you feel arrows of happiness at you. When he's like having a moment and remembering and it's something kind of sad, you feel it. Like it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just his message and how hard he's worked and where he's at now and just
just everything he's been through, and then he goes through talking about his not entire family, but his mama and his older brother and his sister, and each of those comes with a different musical influence, and just the way he incorporated that.
Yeah.
I watched. Did you do that? I think he did a little bit of that last
Yeah. I remember. Yep. I remember the brother for sure.
Yeah.
Talking to mom, I believe.
Yeah, because it was the mama
church.
who listened to country and some southern rock, and then the older brother who, though we didn't tell the looking for the skunk story last time.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Because he's like 12 years old and he smells a skunk in the house, and he finally ends up
looking for that skunk.
And finally ends up at his older brother's bedroom door, and then he's hearing, and then they go into about a half a dozen like old school hip hop songs, and he was like, "Oh, Wisconsin, you know this shit too? Okay,
yeah. Okay, you're all right."
Yeah, because they went into first song off Straight Outta Compton, which might be Straight Outta Compton.
It might be. I don't know names of anything. I suck.
But they went into that, and the audience started singing. He's like, "Oh, you all know this? Okay." It's like, IQ was here last year. We know this shit.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was really good.
And he's got talented, like everybody on his stage is talented too. And they're just
he's got a bigger band, and they're all just phenomenal. Yeah.
It's fun to watch everything, and and he had some fire too, didn't he?
He had a little bit of fire. Little bit of fire. Not as much as Parkway Drive. But
or Shinedown.
I don't even think Shinedown had as much as Parkway Drive. It was close.
They did, but they had different. Like
this is true.
Different stuff. Although Jelly Roll had the sparkling for like 3 minutes, just raining down.
The sparkler curtain, like sparkler, which smelled like about a million sparklers after.
Yeah,
He also had the big fog, the smoke.
Oh yes.
A couple of those.
Yep,
Yeah.
fog is coming out. Yeah.
But he.
Man,
is definitely worthy of headlining that festival for sure.
Yeah, and I was like this when I first saw it, I'm like, that seems really weird to have Jelly Roll headlining, and I'm just like, it's really strange. Like, but now I get it. I totally get it. And then, because he was. A couple of years ago, he was, medium-ish, in popularity and whatever and all of that. And he's made his way now. And now there he is up there and freaking working with Eminem and all of that. And I know everybody was holding their breath of seeing if Eminem was going to come out and saying, everybody was like,
if he
would he, is he?
If he would have, we all would have had a collective.
Yeah. like
Our
everything.
brains would have exploded.
Yeah.
That would have been a moment for
We
sure.
all would have needed new brains and new panties and everything else. So I mean, I know everybody had a little
Was just like,
in there,
huh?
like, is he gonna? But he did bring out Struggle Jennings,
That he did.
which, as you said, we had no idea.
Yeah,
who
we
this
missed
guy
completely.
is. We missed, and we were like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and apparently him and Jelly Roll have been friends for 22, 23
Yeah,
odd years.
forever, I guess.
And apparently Struggle Jennings just got done with
His parole
parole
and everything,
and all of that madness.
probation and parole and probation and all of that. So now he's a
He's-
free man
He's
again.
technically a
Yeah.
very free man.
Yes,
And,
yeah.
And in celebration, Jelly Roll lit up one of the. It was almost like a Cheech and Chong joint. It was large.
It was literally like this battery and this chapstick together, like at least
maybe
like,
a little bit thicker.
Yeah,
It
at
was
least
a
like
good
that.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just freaking hilarious. Which is also a side note, also hilarious because after we went back to the tent that night, I looked over, not our side, but the other Ben and Levi and
Ethan.
and I don't know which two were out there, but they had the same size as what Jelly Roll lit up, and they lit that sucker up and each took a big old puff, and I'm like, I'm sensitive to secondhand pot smoke, big time. So I'm like, in the tent I go. I mean, I have thought about it, but I was like, okay, you just didn't go to Castor Villar's party because you don't want to be out of it tomorrow morning.
Right.
You do not need none of that,
wanna be
girlfriend.
fucking with that.
Get your ass in the tent. So I did. So I'm like, in the bed I go. So I'm learning.
Yeah, she can be.
Because I probably would have got a couple of hits of that, and I would be like, "Where's the Castor?
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming, guys." Yeah.
And knowing you would have hit that.
Yeah.
You just would have went right over.
Yeah,
I would have woke up being like,
Where the hell is she?
Would have texted
and
you
my phone
and-
would have still been in the tent.
Oh, yeah, because I would have texted you. Your phone would have went off. It's like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
But you would have found me.
I
or they
would've-
would have brought me back.
I would have figured it out of it.
Yeah. You would know. Let's see. She's either up at the Fulton one. She's over at the Bent now. She's over at the Castor. Probably Castor first. So yeah. But yeah, I was like, so I don't think you saw any of that.
Oh, no,
And
I missed
I think you were in the bathroom or something.
Something like
and I'm
that.
just like,
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I'm like, I don't need that. I'm weird.
Well, good thing you didn't like catch eyes with them or anything.
Yeah. Well, I kind of looked at them. They kind of looked at me, and I was just kind of like, I thought about it.
Yeah, if they would have went
But then I was like, I still would have thought about it. I would have been like, let's see here. Let's compute this because I got to not, But yeah, so I really, I'm not worried about him behaving to himself. It's me you got to worry about. And I behave myself.
You're getting better every year. Like
Yeah.
every year we're figuring this out more and more.
I only almost threw down once. And that was that was when they were young guys on top of the older lady trying to wrestle the drumstick out of her.
Yeah,
Like, I
that
was
would have been
ready
that
to
would have
throw
been
down.
warranted. That totally would have been
And I even
warranted.
told Melody about that, and she was like, I'll help you. Like, she was all in.
Yeah.
So, and we are tough girls, so, yeah. And I'm like, I might get knocked out and dragged around and maybe need medical attention, but I am going to get throw some hurt on someone, too.
Oh,
so,
yeah, for sure.
But, yeah. So
So
we
Jelly
behaved
Roll's awesome.
ourselves, and Jelly Roll,
Jelly Roll's
so
awesome.
good. If you ever have a chance to see Jelly Roll, do not hesitate.
Do not miss it.
And
Absolutely.
for some dumb reason, I did not get a shirt. And I just was like, why didn't I get a shirt? I don't know. I was just not thinking. I don't know why. I was just like, I think my brain was like, at that point.
Well, and we'll recap real quick, or not. Well, and what's
Summarize?
summarize? Thank you. Words.
Yay.
Real quick, and then we'll get into merch.
Oh shit! We still got to do merch.
Yeah,
Okay,
which
all
we'll
right.
do-
Well,
which
we
I'll
better
just
get going.
pull out and just show
Okay,
real
yeah,
quick.
because appointments.
Yeah, because you got appointments.
I got to drive an hour to my appointment, so.
Yeah, I need to walk about 10 minutes to mine. Okay.
Or summarize.
Jelly Roll. Oh yeah, so there were a lot of bands that when we first went, because we try to go to the merch stand right away in the morning, so there's no line. And a lot of bands that I see, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I know them, I don't know if I like them, blah blah blah. And then, like 311, I feel bad that I didn't get a 311 shirt because I really like them. But it is what it is.
And you would probably always order online too if you
that's the thing. I mean, if they're out of sizes, whatever, they usually have a back stock like in the warehouse, especially the bigger bands.
Yeah.
The smaller bands usually not. I mean, they usually bring everything they have. I would assume. But. Yeah, so and that's trying to hold it back a little bit this year on the
we
merch.
were trying to.
And then, as we talked about, we got to the trailer with the Atreyu stuff and the whatever, and we kind of went overboard. But anyway, so final thoughts. What were your highlights?
Oh gosh. Well, finding Chaz up on there with Leaving Hope was really fun. That was fun. So one of my favorite guitarists with no slack to Adam or crashing anybody else, but I really do like him. Leaving Hope was I really just love them. Let's see. I'm just gonna go back to the first day. So We'll go back to the first day. What was our Psycho Stick?
From Wednesday, Psycho Stick was definitely my highlight.
Yes,
they were a surprise.
Great.
Again, if you ever get a chance to see them wherever they played, go and fucking see them.
Yes,
you'll just have a good time.
You will have a great time. He almost had a party going. He could have been throwing a house party there. We could have started an actual party there.
For sure.
It's just that just great. So let's go to Thursday now. So we're gonna be fast with this because we gotta be fast with it. So
okay, of course I can't read the green and
yeah,
the black.
because I know you can. So I'm you have that.
Gravesig, definitely.
Yes, Gravesig. We love Gravesig. We love you guys. You are amazing.
Cultist Black.
Cultist Black. Oh yeah. Oh, and they're just polished and are great. And they get better every time we see them.
We literally just saw them 9 months ago, and they've polished so much in that 9 months. It was insane. Almost like a different band, but not really. No, like a better version of that band.
Yeah, and the stage, and plus they're playing a bigger stage.
Which helped.
Yes.
Gabriel and the Apocalypse.
Oh yes.
Course.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
We miss them. 7 dozen. Okay. Lockjaw.
Lockjaw was pretty good, and they were so fun, so nice.
And again, it was watching. It was they're pretty good, but then you're literally, 2 inches from the guitar player, and he's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And it's like, "Oh, let's take a picture. Let's have a pic." And it's "Oh, yeah, okay, cool." Aaron Jones was a complete disappointment.
Yeah, was not into it.
Killswitch was good. I in my head I expected them to be better.
Yeah.
But they were still pretty good.
Actually, mellower than I was expecting.
They were a lot mellower.
I was expecting tearing your head off.
But it wasn't.
I don't know.
311 definitely a highlight. They were a lot of fun. They were cool.
Parkway Drive was pretty dang good. Oh wait, what day are we on?
We're on Friday.
Oh, we're on Friday now. Okay.
Go quick. Oh, Motherwind. Obviously.
Motherwind. Oh yes, Motherwind. Awesome. Yes, I will do my pre-merch. So I'm wearing one of the merch. Yeah. I didn't get a Motherwind shirt before, and why did I not? Oh, I didn't get it on my size.
I don't think you're ready.
Now now I'm down a couple sizes too, so I can fit into 2X's with extra space. So that's wonderful.
And of course, Kaja. Yeah.
Yeah. They're from Japan.
They're from Japan. They're adorable.
Talked about them. They are. Sorry, I keep stepping on you.
Dominium, of course.
Dominium. We love you guys too.
Our buddies. Living Dead Girl.
Oh, I bought merch big time. They have awesome merch. We already talked about all that. Yes, they captivated me.
Atreyu were pretty good.
Yeah.
The Rumors were good but different.
Yeah. Zeta. Saul.
Zeta
they didn't have Saul.
Yeah, Saul. That was Moon Fever.
Moon Fever. Yeah. Okay.
Who I was impressed with. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Stabbing Westward was definitely a surprise.
Yes, I heard a lot of people like Stabbing Westward. They were yes.
They might have been came out and destroyed the place.
They might have been old, but they still do it. They can still rock. So yes.
We missed Beartooth, Parkway Drive.
And I heard, I think Gina and them were talking about Beartooth. They liked Beartooth.
Yeah, a lot of people were there for Beartooth.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, they put on a great set. And of course, Shinedown. We can't talk enough about Shinedown.
Yep.
And we discovered all those guys. So yeah. So really, I mean, the musical standouts for me. Well, 2 or 3. Cycle Stick, definitely.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
311 and Stabbing Westward.
Okay.
Because I knew Shinedown was going to be awesome. I knew Jelly was going to be awesome.
Yeah. My biggest, you could keep talking while I look. I didn't know that.
I was looking forward to Quiet Riot, but they kind of let us down.
Mm-hmm.
And even the casters agree. It's like, yeah, that wasn't a great set. And even Art and Sheena agree that wasn't a great set.
Yeah.
Like, there was just no, like, heart behind it. It just felt very, like, phoned in.
Yeah.
And Vince Neil is not nearly as bad as the internet makes out.
Yeah. It's surprising. I mean, I'm not saying, whoa, but it's like not boo.
But you were expecting, like, terrible. And
Yeah.
no, it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for what it was. Yeah, for sure.
Decent. Yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna, no particular order, we're just gonna go through and show
Merch.
merch. Okay, so we got
Kazha
Kazha
from Japan.
from Japan. And we have My Mother One shirt, which I showed a little bit yesterday, and this has, of course, their piñatas,
And that is awesome.
because that's one of their things.
Yep.
Is they destroy piñatas. And then I got one of the blue Mother One shirts. And
So
you're getting,
what-
that shoulder's not gonna be enough for all this.
I know. I'm gonna rearrange a little bit here.
Okay, so then we have
Ooh, that's right. I almost want to wear that one today. My Chevelle shirt,
Chevelle,
which is cool.
Which is nice and thin. I didn't even look at that.
It's nice and thin,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
a gray. It's like a grayish
Like a
green.
greenish gray, yes.
Maybe
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna wear
really
that
cool.
one today out into the universe.
Yeah,
Isn't it? That's cool,
I
isn't
might
it?
have to wear that one at some point.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, we'll share.
Yeah, and then you can wear.
We have custody. Oh yeah, and why I didn't get a Jelly Roll shirt? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
And
know why.
I got this one. They had another one with his face on it. I just don't like
No.
a lot of shirts with people's faces on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know if he had a tour shirt. That might be
Oh.
why I didn't get one. Did he
I thought,
not
I
have a
thought,
t-shirt?
I thought the face one was a tour one.
Was it? I must
might
have
have
missed that. Ugh.
And then we have,
So we have Kaza.
we got all three. Oh,
Oh, we got mixed up
there's
somehow.
more Kaza in there somewhere.
There's more.
Um,
Yeah,
But then Living
And
Dead
then
Girl.
not the Innocent, which
That's
is
the
covers.
that's the covers EP.
So
And
it's fun.
they did do Skater Boy and Get This Party Started.
Yeah.
And then that's their original Exorcism, which just looks badass.
I had to get those for sure.
Oh, and then this is a new Motherwind. And again, if you're not familiar with Motherwind, get on it because they're nice boys.
They're nice boys, and they put on a heck of a
And they
show.
put on a hell of a show.
They have
It's
great merch
energetic.
people, and
It's just-
like they have good merch. They have good fans. Yeah, yeah.
And again, they have pinatas, so you can't.
And they have a pinata, and then he did not have a Domitium orange, so he had to get an orange.
Which I think is new because I
Yeah,
don't remember this
must
from
be.
before.
Yeah.
So same shirt as before, also in orange instead of white, and the orange just pops, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then she got her Dominium tank top.
Tank top, yep. That's
she wore
already in
yesterday.
another video, so
And this
Yep.
is the from that's just the new shirt that I got.
which is actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, okay, I don't really know that band, but that's just fucking cool.
And we saw some of them.
We saw some
They
of
were-
them.
they
and
were
pretty
packed.
good. Yeah.
We actually ended up like the very far, like beyond the drink counter in the very back. There was like a big hole where you could see straight through. That's
Yeah.
where we ended up watching those.
Yeah, watching them
Yep.
over the bar. Yeah, you got from Masters of New too.
And that's pretty badass.
Yeah,
mean,
because
that's-
I saw that and I'm like, okay, because we went up and we're like, oh, I don't know if we're getting anything. And I'm like, oh, that one's pretty
Yeah.
cool and
Yeah.
and,
you know, and supporting the
and
bands,
supporting
I guess.
is always good. And then I noticed they had. I've been getting into the baseball jersey type whatever. So they had an Atreo one of that. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It's like old school, like tattoo.
Yeah, the Tom Hardy or whatever they call
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy. Ed Hardy. Yeah.
Who are you? Oh,
That's a heavy ass bag.
that's your Dominion.
Oh, my Domitium. Okay.
Yeah.
I wore that
Yep.
at first. Yep.
And
Oh, yes.
we have Stabbing
And Stabbing
Westward.
Westward.
And it looks like they're almost done with their tour. They only have 2 more
Yeah,
dates
look at
after
that.
after.
All right.
Yeah, they were impressive. They
They still got it.
again, and I think they a 3-piece too or a 4-piece.
I think they
I
were
think
a
they're-
3-piece.
I
They
think
were
they-
the three.
No, I think they're
No,
a 4 because
they
they
were a
had
4-piece.
the lead singer, the
That's
blonde guy.
right. Yes.
But still, I mean, sound produced was just like Jesus Christ. And then of course we had to get are Shinedown. Mm-hmm. Which again, I was saying they could take any of their lyrics and throw it on a shirt, as they did on this one.
Yeah.
You know, the awkwardly weird.
And I kind of wish I would have got that one now too, but I might have.
Slightly awkward and kind of weird.
Yeah. I might have to, we might have to play sharesies with that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got the other one.
Yeah, because you got the other one.
Which is still really cool.
Which is still really cool.
Yeah.
The wonderful dysfunctional you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So they're both, and and it's got their, like, some of their messages on it. So it's even better. Let's see, time to clean the shoulder off.
And then we have the
yes.
Dead Girl.
They have a lot of merch, like a lot of merch. So if their merch guy would just frickin'
they need to hire somebody else.
You guys, please, pretty please, because that was
more CDs.
frustrating that we were missing half the show. We got a bumper sticker,
got a
or sticker with
that has
the. If you want any of her, what's her name again?
Lindy.
Lindy. If you want any of her makeup line that might be left, her merch guy gave us this.
And I went on there. There is some makeup. There's also a lot of like lingerie and other clothing items, and but we got that. That's their first album, I think, which I did not have for some reason.
Okay.
And then another.
We're just buying single copies of albums now because we're basically joined forces, almost. So
yeah, and at this point, now that I have the new stereo, which I didn't tell you guys about, but I got a new stereo.
He's got a new setup.
I don't even know if I'm going to put them on my computer anymore. Like, I don't know if there's even any point to do
Probably
that.
no.
Yeah.
Not really.
And that just takes up time in
space.
And whatnot. I'm not going to. I mean, I'll probably just get another drive. We'll bomb my music off, and then so I'll still have it because there's a lot of stuff that I have that you can't get on.
Oh yeah, don't get rid of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had to get a Gata shirt because I have. Technically, I have two. It's the same shirt. It's just a logo shirt. Just one of them is like bleach dyed.
Okay.
Which I think it paid premium for because but yeah, and then our buddies Lockjaw,
that's a cool shirt because it got it on front and back.
From Fort Worth, Texas.
Not Dallas. It's Fort Worth.
Because Dallas is full of assholes.
Dallas is St. Paul. No, just kidding. We do love some St. Paul.
So we both got one of those.
Yep.
Clean shoulder.
Should I wear Lockjaw to the dentist?
You could. We could pick one that we both got and both wear them to the dentist.
Yeah.
We could totally do that. Okay, what are you? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And that's that one.
Like awesome, and it's like tie dyed, so that's even cooler.
Yeah. So this is the first day while you were getting your tattoo done.
Yes.
I went down to the merch and main stage merch, and there was no line at all. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I picked up some stuff, and I'm like, I'm hoping, and I'm like, well, I don't know how you feel about Medusa, but I think you'll like that.
Yeah, that's badass. That is badass.
And then, what else did we get? Oh yeah, so I wasn't going to get a 30 Seconds to Mars shirt because
didn't really know them very well.
I mean, again, I saw them years ago and wasn't. I mean, I was, but I saw this and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
And it is a tour shirt as well. And so I got each of us one of those.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh, we got more. That's right. Oh my gosh, how would I ever? Let me move these.
Oh yeah, and then we got another Gata, which I think is a remix or a remix of them. And then of course we had to get the Lockjaw. So they're the boys. I don't remember which one is the guitar player that we talked to.
We had Joe and Justin. Joe was the first guy that came up and was chatting us. He must have been the guitar player.
Yeah.
And then Justin was helping us with the merch and such. That might be it.
That's it, except for like your pop socket and all that, which I'm assuming is in like, your
the Rockfest merch. The actual Rockfest merch. Oh, sorry.
That was at the bottom of the bag because that was the first thing we bought.
That was first. Okay, all right. Sorry.
Oh, and
so of course our cups.
Our cups.
Which are always worth it. like, I don't remember what they were this year, but actually, because you bought me my cups, so.
Yeah, and I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah,
I was
because
just
we're
like-
gonna get one anyways, and they are awesome cups, they don't leak.
They don't leak at all.
They
and
really are
they're
good
great.
cups.
They're probably, what, 20
Yeah.
ounce?
Yeah.
24 ounce cups?
24
something like
ounce
that?
or something. Yeah, and I was just saying, yeah, I think that it says MM24. I don't know if that means it's 24, but like I just told him, like, yeah, I'm even gonna fill this up. Oops, sorry, Mike. Before I leave, because it's not gonna spill in my car.
Yeah, so, and of course this was Rockfest Dirty 30. Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, I mean, okay, 30 years. That's 2 years after I graduated high school.
Wow. Yeah.
So we each got one of those, and you got a hoodie as well.
I got a hoodie, and then I also got a tank. Did I get a tank? No, I didn't get a tank.
You didn't get a
I
tank.
got a hoodie though.
Oh
no, and I got a ladies cut shirt. I wore that one of the days.
Yeah.
You probably see it in one of the videos.
And then I got a shot glass somewhere. I don't remember
Somewhere.
where that ended
Probably
up.
in
but
your luggage.
Probably in the luggage somewhere.
Yeah.
So that was the quickest merch haul ever. But yeah, so
Yeah.
Rockfest 2024.
Trident for the Castor Valors. We loves you. We should dink our Trident. Dink. Yeah. So.
And that's not us giving you the finger.
No, that's actually is Castor Valors, like
thing.
rock on, like they're rock on. And
Yep.
there we go. Backwards. Rock on and Trident. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah, there is another explanation of the Trident, but I'll let them tell you.
Yeah. No, I ain't.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
'Cause I don't-
that's a private
Because
conversation.
I don't remember exactly
Me neither.
what the last one was, but anyway. Anyway, yeah, so that's all we got. It was a exhausted weekend, but a very good weekend, as Rockfest usually is.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, but now we have to go to adult things, so grown-up things.
Got to go brush our teeth and go to the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like cleaning the house before the maid comes, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want them to have to deal with my coffee breath. So
Well, and after
yeah, all the days of
4 days of
rock festing.
not the best self-care. So, yeah.
Yeah, gave us pedicures last night.
Yeah, that was nice.
We needed pedicures
we
really
got,
bad.
she gave us both pedicures. We both had nice hot showers.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the new Ghostbusters, which is really, really good.
He made yummy
made
burgers,
burgers.
double stacker burgers.
Yeah. And we were still in bed by about 10:45.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, oh man, I'm really sorry, but you could watch more stuff if you want. I gotta go to bed. And he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I was actually starting to doze during Ghostbusters.
I know. I was like, is he actually sleeping for once? Okay. But yeah, so yeah, it was good. I don't feel as exhausted this year but this year I remembered to take Monday off because it's
you
hard
need-
going
you
back
need
to
a
work the
recovery
first
day.
day
Yeah.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
And
it was good. And again, if you ever get the chance to go, absolutely go. And again, we bought our tickets for next year, even though we have no idea who's playing till February, July or January, February, when they drop the lineup. So
Yep, and shout out to Skin Prints. They're on
Yep.
Eau Claire.
out of Eau Claire,
believe-
Eau Claire, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Yeah, and Zelfia.
Sophia, I think
Yeah,
it's Sophia.
that did our tattoos last year and this year. His looks better than mine right now. We got always an adventure added to the one from last year
Yep.
on both of our arms, but mine is still wrapped it up. There we go. It's
Yep.
still wrapped up. And then he got his Pisces symbol with which got it. There we go. Kind of can see.
Kind of can see.
But
I'll
it's
do it
teal.
better
We'll do it
to show
later,
it.
but
Yeah,
better.
once I get it
Yeah.
cleaned up. in the
And then there's a
plastic
picture of half-butted picture of my tattoo that he can download. So
Yeah,
and put on it, or we could do it later too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But yeah, it was another successful run, and we'll do it again next year. We've rambled long enough,
yes.
and
yes.
you got to go.
I gotta go. Yep.
So
it's gonna be
so
zooming.
see you later.